With over 50% of the world's population not purchasing travel insurance when they travel, that's about to change. Many other countries are going to make it mandatory that it is a requirement that you have travel insurance before entry into their country. Now, having mandatory documents is nothing new to us. There are some countries out there that you have to have a visa. Your passport has to show that it has greater than 6 months or at least 6 months remaining on it, as well as you have to show that you have a return ticket. So, we are used to having this, but maybe one of the things that we're not used to is having travel insurance, because it's not actually mandatory that you do have travel insurance whenever you travel. And so let's talk about that today, what some of those countries are and the requirements that are necessary for you when you are traveling the next time. One of the countries is Aruba. Aruba is one of the strictest countries out there who has insurance requirements that is you have to show proof that you have travel insurance. But not only do you have to have that in place as well, you have to purchase their own insurance when you get there. And that's going to cover you for any hospitalization costs and expenses or any tests that have to be done, or whether there has to be any kind of COVID screening test while you're there, but the coverage will cover you for $75,000. Costa Rica is another country which has also implemented the requirements for having travel insurance because they opened up their borders on August the 1st for visitors. And prior to coming, you have to have a negative COVID-19 test, which has been done at least 48 hours prior to entry into their country, and you have to show proof that you have travel insurance. St. Martin is pretty well the same. You also have to have a negative COVID test before arrival, as well as proof that you have travel insurance. They opened up their borders on August the 1st for visitors, and so that has already been put in place. Visitors to Tahiti and the other French Polynesian islands have also mandated that you have travel insurance, and you must show proof of it, as well as you have to fill out a digital entry health questionnaire, and you also have to agree that you will be liable for any healthcare costs that you incur while you're on the island. Visitors to Turks and Caicos have a 3-step certification process. First, you have to test negative for COVID-19 within a couple of days prior to arrival on the island. Next, you have to fill out a long health questionnaire which states that you have had no symptoms or contact with anybody who's had COVID-19. And then, of course, you have to show proof that you have travel insurance in place already. They opened up their borders on July the 22nd, so that has already been put in place there. And then we come to the United Arab Emirates, and that also has that 3-step certification process. You do have to fill out a digital entry healthcare questionnaire, proof that you have a negative COVID-19 test that has been done within the last 7 days prior to entry into the country, and then of course it's mandatory that you have travel insurance before entry into their country. And as you can appreciate, even though most of these policies have been put in place just because of post-pandemic, a lot of them will stay there. They are not going to rescind them and take them off the table in terms of requirements going forward. Most times whenever you see that something has been put in place, very rarely do you see it being taken back. And so get ready for it, people. Get ready to start purchasing and making sure that you have travel insurance before you travel. Anyways, we will get used to this for sure. We've gotten used to taking off our shoes. We've gotten used to putting our shampoo in those little 100 ml bottles. We get used to the rules that they give us. And as we go forward, we will get used to having mandatory travel insurance in place before we travel. If you found today's information valuable and something that you think you need to share or you should be sharing with your friends, family, and peer, please go ahead and do that. Also give it a thumbs up that you like this video. It really does a lot in terms of the ratings, as well as getting it out there to see more people. And if this is your first time visiting this channel, please consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button that's down below. Always a pleasure to be here, always a pleasure to spend time with you and to pass on any information. Have a great week and adios. And then we come to the United Arab Emirates. I can't say this.